I'm getting ready to make a pot of chicken and dumplings. So I've already got 8 cups of water in my pot here. That's 2 quarts of water. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in it. And I'm going to put in 4 chicken thighs. And they've got skin on and bone in. And this will be enough for my husband and me. And I'll put the lid on this and turn it on and let them cook until they get good and tender, which will take about 20 to 30 minutes. It's smelling really good in here. The chicken is done, it's good and tender. I let it cook for right at 30 minutes after it came up to a boil. Now I'm going to remove it from the pot and set it aside. I've got my platter ready here. And by the way, this is a Homer Laughlin platter that I got at a yard sale several years ago for 25 cents. And I'm so proud of this deal. So I'm going to remove the chicken and put it out here. And I will let it cool until I can handle it, because I'm going to remove the skin and the bones. So I'm going to set it aside here and let it cool. For these last steps, I moved the pot to the back burner because it's smaller and I have better control over the heat. So I brought the broth back up to a boil, and I'm going to put in some more salt. And I'm going to add some pepper. And I'm going to put in a can of cream of chicken soup. And I'll use a whisk to make sure that that's stirred in real good. And I've got my chicken here that I took the skin off of and deboned. I'm going to put it back in. And now I'll put the lid back on the pot and bring it back up to a boil. The broth is just barely simmering, and that's the way I want it. So now I'm going to make the dumplings. I've got about 1.5 cups of self-rising flour here in the bowl. And I've got measured out 1 cup of milk, but I'm not going to start with that much. I just want to see how much it takes to get this to the consistency that I like. Pour a little more in, it's still dry. I want to be able to drop it by spoonfuls into the broth. Now, I don't roll out dumplings. I like the fluffy dumplings, which is exactly the way my mom used to make it. So we tend to carry on the traditions, don't we? Just a little more and it'll be ready. I used almost the full cup, but not hardly. Now I'm going to start dropping them in. First thing I'm going to do is dip my spoon in the broth. That'll help them come off the spoon a little easier. So you see, I'm just getting a spoonful at a time here and dropping them down into the broth. Kind of scattering them around, trying not to put them on top of each other. And I don't want to go too fast because I don't want the broth to stop simmering. If that happens, there's a chance that the dumplings could get soggy. But I also don't want to disturb them too much while they're down in there, because I don't want to break them up. That's got it all. So now I'm just going to let those cook and not bother them again for about 10 minutes. The dumplings have been cooking for several minutes now and they're looking good, so I'm going to gently stir them. Kind of turn them over a little bit and put the top side on the bottom so that the dumplings can cook on the other side. And now I'll let them go for several more minutes. The dumplings are almost done, but I can tell that the broth is not as thick as I like for it to be. So now this is just personal preference. I've made a slurry of a little bit of flour and some cold water. So I'm going to pour that in here and let them finish cooking, and that will thicken up that broth to where I like it. Now, if you like a thinner broth, this right here is just fine. You don't have to do that. So we'll let those go for a few more minutes and they'll be done. The broth has thickened up to the consistency that I like. So now I'm ready to dish out a bowl of chicken and dumplings. And that wasn't hard at all. If I can do it, anyone can.